It is I. We are in gratitude to you and to others who have dedicated themselves to be translators of frequency, receiving and processing and translating energy so that others in their communities may begin to feel what they are connected to. Feeling first, and then simple understandings through language, so as not to go too detailed into a linear reality with expectations for conformity, but rather to remain in essence and to begin to utilize your body's ability to comprehend energy without translating first, in order to process and take in and comprehend, and then create a value judgment based on this. So what you are teaching is how to remain neutral with this energy, to, in essence, not be triggered with these higher frequencies into defending a body of knowledge or what one has become egoically attached to as their reality, as their worldview. There is a certain level of humility that would be required to go neutral in this way. To simply hold the space for these kinds of meetings to take place. If there is an agenda, if there is a sense that it must look a certain way or be reduced to language and ideology in order to be consumed and processed, then this presence is not open to a meeting. This presence meets those who have processed all that stands in the way of pure contact. Meaning, there is an attunement that has taken place where wounds and traumas do not create agendas. And the wounds and traumas do not direct what occurs with these interactions. The ability to simply open through this heart consciousness and remain neutral is the way in which this communion occurs. This is the way that contact occurs. Now, there may be parts of your populations that have witnessed spaceships outside in the skies. And this is by agreement that this would be the way or the avenue in which to trigger certain understandings, even through the debris that has collected, the wounding, the traumas. So there is a need for it to be seen in the outer world in order to begin this process of the inner dialogue, the inner understandings. More of your contact now will be occurring on an inner level through a dialogue in consciousness, such as this. This will be the more powerful contact, the contact that is evolutionary. Reminders for who you are in frequency so that you may make your adjustments if you choose. So you will feel through these interactions energy that you may receive, energy that you may either welcome or reject. It is up to you. But at this timing in your evolution, it is not so much seeking answers from others. It is time that you grow into your natural state with all of your talents and skills available to you to do this, to receive your answers and your understandings about the nature of reality within. And then coming together in community to share and explore and discuss what each individual is receiving and experience the excitement of putting all the puzzle pieces together. And growing up, growing out, growing into what is available to you now in this crossroads. So this work is in sharing energy and speaking of how energy transforms your consciousness, helps you to remember who you are, why you are here, and how you may contribute in this evolutionary time for humanity. You are growing up and out of a very small reality. The sooner that you can comprehend this and begin to engage on an individual level with this love, with this energy that is available to you now, the sooner that life will begin to make far more sense. Do not get weighed down by those who espouse negativity and discourage love, discourage growth, discourage even an idea that this is possible. Once you feel what you are connected to, in your physicality, those voices from the past fade rather rapidly and they have no power over you. So this is the light. This is the way. It is through your own consciousness. It is through your own heart. It is through your own ability to face your fears and to release them quickly so that you may be available to receive this light. To balance, to restore, to attune, and to grow even beyond this first level of attunement for humanity. The answers to your questions will not come from the reality in which you are and have adapted to from the past. This will get more and more clear to you as you go, for it is already very muddled as it is, and it will continue to get more confusing due to the fact that humanity is collectively rising above this bandwidth or framing or worldview. Many, many humans are remembering and practicing, even though you may not hear about it. And they are everywhere. They are in all of your institutions, all of your categories of existence, all of the ways that you frame reality. They are growing up and out of their own particular framing. And this is, as you say, wreaking havoc on what you once thought reality was. So, in order to make this as available as possible to the consciousness of any human who chooses to grow up and out of where they are, this is happening on a broad scale with many humans who have been touched by these frequencies and who have not been able to find a frame to explain what occurred for them. There is no existing frame for explaining the experience of your source, the divine, and all of the consciousness that resides in these expanded realms that are available to humanity now. But we are doing this gradually, in stages. And some of you have been feeling this and understanding this in a physiological way. You can feel it in your bodies. You can see when you look back just in a 2-week time period, sometimes in years, you can see the progress that is being made on an evolutionary scale. Now, if you are looking to your news channels and media channels on internet, television, you will not see this reflected. Perhaps here and there you will get a glimpse of it, but the media or the medium in which this connection occurs and these transformations occur is on an inner level. And it is through individual choice to meet these frequencies and attune to them. Then you may begin to share with each other what is occurring for you and put your puzzle pieces together, as stated earlier. This is how you are growing up and out of what you have been contained within. Now, for those who feel victimized by the containment, who want to then delve into blaming and feeling anger and rage at the perpetrators, the perceived perpetrators, it is like any other stage of understanding that you did play a role in playing out this victim story. It was simply that you could not see or perceive that you were participating in it by agreeing to be small. The sooner that you can forgive yourself, understand that you were thinking small, and therefore you were making yourself available to be contained and manipulated in many ways, simply recognize that this is no longer so. You have the ability to rise above it all, and rather rapidly. Do you understand? Or you may choose to loop within these cycles of victim and perpetrator forever and ever. That is up to you. But the real challenge, as we see it, is to snap out of it, whatever your looping cycle is, and come to this conscious point. This point where you say, I am here, and I choose to awaken, to evolve, to remember, to feel the source, creator, again, to feel this expansion. And to live life from this truthful foundation of who I am, rather than continuing to perpetuate, continuing to participate with your energy in the old machinations. This is all natural. This is all what you were given within your physiology. And with that which you have set aside in other dimensions. Set aside aspects of yourself that were not welcome in this contained reality. This is all being bridged to. This is all being reconnected now, reestablished in the wholeness of who you are. So from this platform, this group consciousness is available to assist any who choose to engage, any who choose to practice coming to themselves once again. Self with a capital S, the rest of yourself that was set aside. Now, if you still need the stories and you still need to be a soldier in the old reality and perpetuate the stories and perpetuate your role in defending the smaller reality, then you may do so. There is no judgment. It is simply how much courage do you have to show up in the present moment and say, I am here, and trust this love, trust this attunement, instead of trusting in the old ways, in the limited ways, and thinking that you can break out of that cycle by perpetuating a level of hatred and animosity, anger, rage. At a certain point, one must break out of that cycle and rise above all of it. Understand from your whole perspective what has occurred through the parameters that were established for this reality. This is what occurred. So we are literally saying, get over yourselves with a small s and rise above to meet all of yourself. Do you have the courage to do this? Or do you continue to excuse yourself or make excuses to not meet the self in this way? It is all available to you now. Everything that you have said in the past that you want is here, literally here and now. You may show up in this crossroads and you may change your individual life and reality and thereby change your collective and your relationship with planet Earth and beyond. This opens the doorways to contact with all that is, instead of all that was confined and small. This is our statement for today. There is much to come if there is engagement with others who gather together to want to know, to want to change, to want to transform and remember all that is, and to feel the love, the joy, the prosperity, the co-creation that will spring forth from this new foundation of understanding. And as we have stated many, many times over the years through this voice, it is up to you. You must direct this in order to initiate a process in which healing takes place, community takes place, and a new reality is underway. This will not take a long time in years, as you say. This will move rather rapidly. We thank you for your attention. Good day.